My name is Mighty Beard, and we are back here once again on the Unorthoblock server for a tutorial. I wanted to walk you guys through how I built my sheep farm. I got a few questions on YouTube, and I figured, hey, it'd probably just be easier for me to just record something. So let's hop into a creative testing world, and we can go through it step by step. And we're here. So we're not going to be talking about the look of the building, how I've decorated some things, because it does kind of look unfinished for the most part, but also, this design fits in my world. Your world probably looks different. You've got a different theme. So we're just going to be talking about the basic functionality of this farm and how it works. All right, so for the most part, it is a very, very minimal, simple design, and basically, you've got a few needs as far as storage, a few needs as far as the redstone components, and then whatever design blocks you want. Obviously, grass is going to be important. Glass could be important if you want to see what's going on. But the initial module is pretty simple. You've got a 3-block triangle here with your storage chest in the center. And then we're going to have a hopper feeding into that storage chest, which we put a rail on top. On that rail, we put in a hopper minecart. So anything that's dropped here will automatically be pulled down in a hopper into the chest. On top of that is where your main grass block is going to be. Now we have an observer facing that grass block, and this is basically where your sheep is going to stand. So the observer is seeing if there's a block state. So anytime there is a change to this block, for demonstration, we'll just turn it into a path block, but that's going to feed a redstone signal out into this block, which then powers this redstone dust, which then powers the dispenser. Now the dispenser is where we're going to have all of our shears. All right, so this is what a finished module would look like. So we've got our grass block in the center, and then because we're using that grass block and we're looking at the state change, which is going to be a sheep eating the grass. So that'll get rid of the grass. They'll turn it into dirt. So we're going to wrap this whole thing around with grass blocks so that it can spread. The next thing is we're going to take glass, and this is primarily just so we can see what's going on, because it's nice to be able to see when they're actively creating the grass, and then as well as dispensing the shears and being trimmed up. So we wrap this whole thing in glass, and then obviously our sheep is going to fit here. And just for a nicety's sake, if you want to walk up here, especially when you're bringing your sheep up, having a trapdoor here will make it so you don't fall into the hole. It's always nice. It's always nice to do that for yourself. Now, how you get the sheep up here is entirely up to you. It is a very annoying job, but this is the route that I usually took. I usually had a lead and a piece of wheat, and then I would just try and push this guy into the hole. Usually, you did have to move the trap door just to make it easier. But once this dude's in here, you can just go ahead, get rid of the lead, let him do whatever he's going to do. The lead will pop down here. Although, because I'm in creative mode, I think it just automatically deletes it. But yes, theoretically, it would land down here, and then you could just go ahead and grab your trap door, and at this point, it would be safe to put him in. But as you can see, it just worked right there, and that wool appears down here. So from my experience, a dispenser full of 100% durability shears lasts about 3 days, 3 24-hour days of AFK, or just having it loaded. So what you might want to do, instead of manually loading every dispenser, which could be difficult depending on how you have this set up, like I've got a nice ledge here, but it's not necessarily ideal. So what I did was I added a hopper line attached to a bit of a rail network. And so we've got the hopper going into the dispenser. There's a hopper on top and a rail line that is going across all of them. But basically, in this chest, we load this with shears, and then we can send them into a little hopper minecart. We can send that along its way, and it will provide all of these dispensers with the shears. Now, this design is tileable, and I think the most efficient way is to have a block gap. Again, that's an extra piece of grass to spread to your dirt. Yeah, again, I think that's the most efficient way to go about doing this. But theoretically, you could have them stacked one after another. But yes, it would make feeding it automatically a bit difficult if you use some kind of rail system, and also the grass would spread a lot slower if it's just coming from the front and the back. And that is how I built my sheep farm. That's the design that I used. I went with all 16 colors because having all 16 colors is always the goal. Always having that around. But yeah, I'd love to see what you do with this in your worlds. Definitely let me know. You can tweet at me at MightyBeard. Would love to see what you end up doing with this. But hopefully this is helpful, and that's where we'll leave it. My name is MightyBeard, and we will play Minecraft together again very soon. Later.